metaverse, right? The virtual reality, that's the next step they want to go to. Come on, mate. Could you imagine them having agendas and bias while your head's in a helmet, while your head is in another world?
You've seen the...
yeah, like that's the biggest slippery slope ever. What I'm trying to say is it's just progressing, it's getting worse, it's getting more astronomical.
Is it getting worse, or is that your view of it? Are there things that are getting better?
But,
is the metaverse 100% bad?
I mean, I just think it's for fucking lunatics.
Why?
Why? To take yourself out of your reality and go to a virtual reality.
What if you could experience things that you would never experience in real life? So we're at version 1.
There's nothing you can experience while your head's stuck in a tube. Like.
This is version 1, yeah? Version 10, you wouldn't know the difference between reality and the metaverse, let's say. Yeah?
Give me that shit.
But like, think about like, I don't know, again, like we've talked about this before, I always lean to the positive, the optimist. Yeah. But education could be revolutionized. You could go back to the age of the dinosaurs, Egypt, wherever it is, and actually immerse yourself in there. There's also cases of travel.
You can't immerse yourself in there. You can immerse yourself in the version they give you,
which would be indistinguishable from reality. It's going to get that good.
But you're still just receiving somebody else's present.
If it's indistinguishable from reality, yeah, like you couldn't, if you experienced two things and they said which one was real, which one wasn't, and you could say, I don't know.
That's a drug. that's a hallucinogen.
But like if it gets that good, and then there will be positive use cases for that, surely.
Yeah. But when you say indistinguishable from reality, you can't take no one to like the prehistoric era.
Not yet.
Dinosaurs.
Not yet.
But even if you... What, are you talking about a time machine?
No, not a time machine. Like a virtual reality that
no one knows no one was there, mate. So whatever they give you has been,
of course, it's based on our... It's AI. It's generated based on all of our knowledge and understanding of that era. Same with like Egypt or going back to medieval times, whatever. But they reckon version 10, whatever version it is, yeah, of this virtual reality headset, they'll be able to create an experience that is indistinguishable from reality. You could not tell the difference.
I think that sounds scary. Would you like that?
I don't see. I always look to the positive. I think there's like, again, so many ways that could be bad. You know, people. Have you seen that Harry Styles film yet with Olivia Wilde?
No, I know that. I know.
I watched it on the plane.
I know the ending. Spoiler it.
Spoiler?
Yeah.
So basically, it's she based the main character on Jordan Peterson apparently, but it's that. You only find out at the end there's a twist, but basically they're in this world, everything's perfect. And then towards the end, like a few strange things start happening. And basically the twist is, in the real world, this guy didn't have anything going for him, signed up to this world where they plug you in. His wife doesn't know about it. She gets like drugged or whatever and then plugged into this world. And he has to go into the real world every day, earn money, keep their bodies alive, and then they go back in. He goes back into the, let's say, like the virtual reality world. But it's that it was indistinguishable from reality, where like these people don't know. All the men know, but none of the women know they're in this virtual reality. So there's that like negative. It could be all used like that, but there's so many positive use cases for it. Surely,
yes, you're right, like 100%, you could give people the ability to do positives with it. But most people, I think, would act like fucking supervillains and use it in an abusive sort of way.
So,
like if you gave someone a virtual headset and said...
Create the world you want.
Create the world you want, right? The amount of people that are just going to turn to...
never leave.
Take me to a strip club and give me fucking 100 grams of unlimited whatever. Like that's a stupid example.
No, you're right.
And then they would want to go to this lifestyle, and then imagine coming out of that lifestyle. Okay, took my helmet.
Where your virtual world is far better than your own.
That's a sure way to drive your real world with your real emotions and your real feelings down into the ground rapidly. Which is basically kind of what happens with going on social media a little bit today. So
it's like the next level, isn't it? It's like, so It's like social
Don't get me
media on
wrong.
steroids.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
not against it. Like, it would be so cool if it was played like a game or intermittently where you could take it on and off. But I think the addiction side of it would be amplified to heights we've not yet seen, man.
they're talking like travel's going to change. People wouldn't actually. Again, this is all theory. No one's like done it yet. But they've like some of the use cases like people won't go on holiday anymore. They'll plug in and go on holiday, and they'll experience through this virtual world rather than.
And I'm sure the experience would be great. But your brain and psychology and neuroscience doesn't give a shit about that. It would get fried pretty rapidly, I think. I think the mental health effects of it would... The light would be shone on the damages of living that sort of lifestyle quite quickly.
And what if it got to a point where you could live 4 weeks in virtual world in like an hour of your... You plug in for an hour, but it feels like 4 weeks in the virtual world. So you can go on
That sounds appealing. Sounds appealing.
You can go on a 2-week holiday in an hour.
Ooh,
in the real world on your lunch, or you could go like...
They need to hire your ass.
You could plug in, learn a language, and only take 2 weeks in your real life or whatever. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
No,
Have you seen the chip?
No,
the chip Elon Musk is working on. What's it called?
Elon Musk, man.
Can't remember what it's called. It's a chip they're working on, basically to implant in your brain, and the use case at the minute is like disabled people, paralyzed people.
Oh, that, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
Neuralink. Neuralink.
Reverse, like Alzheimer's,
cure.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I mean, technology, if we get that advanced, then that's just beautiful. Do you know what I mean?
They're saying as well, though, like the Neuralink, and again, originally it was designed for this, but if it's successful, then it could be used like the ability to increase your IQ by like 20 points, download a language, learn an instrument, or link you to the internet where you would just be...
What's going on?
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, well, that would completely change the world as we know it, because becoming great at something gives you that like...
edge.
That edge, yeah, and that sort of puts you in like that like icon sort of status, or, you know, if you're a great guitar player, great musician, great singer. The individuality of it is the fact that everyone can't do it.
Whereas...
Which gives you the fame. It's like you're basically...
And the success.
And success, because you're an anomaly. Like this... You stand alone. So to give everyone the ability to play like...
And then what happens to the people that don't want it? They get left behind, because these people who did get it are infinitely more productive, knowledgeable, whatever it is, and then the people that don't. So then you almost have to get it.
Next thing you know, you're fighting for your life against Katniss Everdeen, like...